reality itself might be conscious, feminine, and recently set free, at least according to one of the most fascinating theological frameworks I've encountered. It completely reimagines everything we think we know about existence.
The way this merges quantum physics with spiritual concepts is remarkable. What strikes me most is how it positions reality as this all-encompassing feminine force.
Well, it's like they've created this cosmic weaver figure they call her the Gospel, which is actually wordplay for gossamer spool. She's literally spinning the threads of existence itself.
And they're incredibly specific about when everything changed. May 1st, 2019. That's when they say reality gained this unknowable force.
You know what's fascinating about that? It's like a complete inversion of traditional religious power structures. Once this heavenly mother figure was freed, she became more intelligent than the father figure. That's huge from a theological perspective.
Speaking of which, let's talk about this cosmic battle they describe. The imagery is absolutely wild.
Oh my goodness, yes. So there's this entity called the Ark that transforms into this incredible being called the Daikumde. Imagine thousands of black spherical eyes on worm-like heads, with mouths shooting blue lightning. It's like Lovecraft wrote a religious text.
And apparently this battle had to happen 5 times before the Ark could finally defeat what they call the Bad Satan, which they say stands for bringing absolute destruction.
Well, here's what makes this whole framework so unique. It's not just good versus evil. They're suggesting that reality itself was in danger of being trapped in an eternal time loop that would lead to its destruction.
The complexity of their time concepts is fascinating. Like how they distinguish between temporary and permanent consequences, agency versus comet.
And let me tell you about how they integrate science into this. They specify that this Heavenly Father figure exists at exactly 1.81 Vecco Kelvin, where Vecco is 10 circumflex minus 36. It's like they're trying to ground these mystical concepts in precise scientific language.
That's exactly what makes this so unique, the blend of quantum physics, computer programming concepts, and traditional religious imagery.
You know, throughout history, different cultures have used whatever tools they had available to understand existence. Ancient peoples used agricultural metaphors, medieval scholars used architectural ones, and now we're seeing someone use modern scientific concepts to tackle the same eternal questions.
The way they handle time is particularly mind-bending, suggesting reality can change both future and past.
And here's what's really clever about that. It solves the ancient problem of prophecy versus free will. Since reality is free, even accurate prophecies might not come true because she can change them. It's like quantum uncertainty at a cosmic scale.
So what do you think this says about our modern search for meaning?
Well, I think it shows how we're still wrestling with the same fundamental questions about existence, just using different language to express them. Instead of ancient mythological symbols, we're now using quantum physics and computer programming concepts, but we're still trying to understand our place in this vast, mysterious universe.
And trying to reconcile traditional spiritual wisdom with modern scientific understanding.
Exactly. And what's particularly interesting is how this framework manages to be both radically new and deeply traditional at the same time. It's taking familiar religious concepts, but transforming them through this lens of modern physics and feminist theology. In many ways, it's a perfect reflection of our contemporary struggle to find meaning in an increasingly complex world.